Now, from WTVM, this is Business Break with your host, Maureen Akers.
Hello, everyone. Today we have a magnificent guest. We have Kerri Reeves with Houston Clinic, the Houston Foundation. Kerri, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Nice to be here again.
Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied there. Tell us, we were talking a little bit today about emergency action plans. What is or constitutes an emergency action plan?
So an emergency action plan is kind of like a guideline or a template for people to follow if there's an emergency in a workplace or like an athletic event. So what most people don't realize is that's kind of one of the biggest things for athletic training is an emergency action plan. We have to think about that in practices, games, everywhere we are in an athletic event, we have to think about that.
Yeah, of what could happen, you need to
Exactly.
be prepared for it. So what would be included in an emergency action plan?
So for us at the high school, of course, some of my sports don't play at the same venue. So you need the venue, the address, and to show paramedics how to get in and out. So which ways are in, which ways are out, what doors are locked, what gates are locked. Every contact that you could think of. So I'm listed, all my coaches are listed with their phone numbers, my AD, my principal, my superintendent. And then of course each role for each coach. So I have a coach, of course I'm gonna take care of the athlete, but one coach will activate EMS, one coach finds the ambulance and directs them, one coach does crowd control and notifies the parents. So everybody has a role and we make sure that all that's laid out in this emergency action plan.
Oh wow, that is a lot to consider, a lot to think of, especially when you talked about all the different venues and everything, right? Why are emergency action plans important and needed?
There's no telling what could happen any day of the week at any event. As for us at Smith Station, we had an active shooter coming to the school. Luckily, we had practice active shooter drill, and we were able to secure everything and make sure everybody was safe and everybody was in the location they were supposed to be to. So it's important to always have one and to know the role of everyone there so everyone's always protected at all times.
And you're thinking, you've talked a lot about being athletic events and schools and stuff, but you did mention at the very beginning, this is also very important for workplaces,
especially in the workplace, hospitals, clinics, anything could happen at any moment. So it's good that everybody knows what to do in a crisis situation.
So what are the different types of emergency action plans?
Of course, you have athletic, spine injuries, concussions, things like that, but also weather. So if the weather's bad outside, if lightning's 8 to 10 miles, we get everybody in. And like I said, in the world we live in, we now have to do active shooter, which is sad, but that's the world we're in.
Yeah, so something to consider. Okay, so when and how should emergency action plans be, I guess, practiced?
I would practice them at least every 2 to 3 months, in all honesty. But most people do them annually, but just make sure that everybody's on the same page and everybody discuss it before your season starts or your coworkers before your job starts.
Right,
so.
Absolutely, something to consider and something to think about. Emergency action plans. For more information, you can definitely go to Houston Clinic, go to the website that's on the screen. Thank you so much, Kerri. We'll see you on the very next Business Break.
If you want to be seen on Business Break, contact us here.